Hello viewers. So those of you who know me know I have a Honda HRR21. However, if you know me very well, you also know I do not have a self-propelled one. This one came from the neighborhood today at the other location. It had been in front of this guy's yard. He had it listed for $75 and it's really nice. And older man, he said he uses a ride-on mower now, and he's in his mid-70s. He just said, I haven't used it in a few years, needs to be tuned. So we were going for a walk, this was like a month ago, and we were talking to him. I was like, okay, and I was thinking about it. Then a few times I drove by and it wasn't there, and I assumed he sold it. Then Eddie said it was back, and it was now listed at 50. Well, today I drove by, he wasn't there, and then I was at the other house and wrote a note to leave it at the door, and then of course his truck was back. So I knocked on the door, he remembered us from the neighborhood, and sold it for 50 bucks. We have the bagger for it. So Eddie and I just started it up and ran it. We think it hasn't been run anywhere from 3 to 5 years. It took about a dozen pulls to get it going, but it ran with whatever old gas is in there. It has oil filter, or air filter's not bad. And so this will either be a keep for the other location, because there's some hills there, and the self-propelled could help. This is not a tremendously much heavier than the non-self-propelled version, which we already have. And then the thing, well, okay, so if it's not a keep, it's a flip. If all it needs is a tune, as of this recording, it's October. If all it needs is a tune, next spring, I would say 100 to 150, somewhere out there. These things still fetch fair price, good price. I couldn't figure out the smart drive. We had it running. The cable seemed to be engaging. So Eddie was checking that. So anyone who can fill me in, I'm going to go to probably YouTube before you guys have a chance to comment, just to see how this works. Because I was trying to engage to see how it worked, if it worked. So there, we're going to tuck it. Over here. Eddie and I kind of joke where we create like a little service area, because the garage fills up. It just needs to be organized because it hasn't been organized yet. We've just been kind of putting things in as they come. So tomorrow, whenever, it's not supposed to rain tonight, it's a Friday night, we'll put like a trash bag over the motor and put like a rock or something over top for now, until we get a little more space in the garage. So we'll do that. But so there's that. And just for comparison and refresher, if you haven't seen the other videos, so this one had since new, non-self-propelled. I intentionally did that when I bought it new in 2015, and it just runs really well. Some summers it gets a little use because we use our vintage mowers instead, or other summers it gets more use. This summer, got fair use, not a ton. Here it just gets used to trim around the front. Back hasn't been cut in a while because it's been dead. I guess I haven't irrigated it this summer. And then I've been using a riding mower. So this has been great. Now notice how on the other one, I noticed it doesn't have the mulch and bag option. It's just that piece doesn't exist. Eddie pointed out he thinks the other lawnmower is older, which is possible. This is 2015. And let's see, I was trying to decipher the date code on the other one. It just says 66 at the end. So I don't know. HRR21. I'm just trying to see here. Maybe one of you guys can tell me. HRR21. Okay. And there you have it. So we'll get that one. That's going to be a winter project. You know, it's good to have some things to keep busy in the garage over the winter when you're not working in the yard. This, as you guys might know, I acquired for like next to nothing, maybe a month or so ago. This will be out unless we have the same exact mower at the other house, except it has the regular size wheels in the rear. That one I've had since 2020 as a freebie. we always say this is going to be it for it. We think the internals are just going on. I think overheats, and it just, even though we keep fresh oil in it, it overheats if you use it too long. So it's possible this one will replace that one. I don't know. We might just, I think this is ultimately going to be a tune it up and give it a good home. I'm sometimes hesitant because I love a 22-inch deck, and these things are all very light on a 22-inch deck, especially with the big wheels in the rear. It just makes it really easy to push, even though I know it does look a little hideous, but that's what it is. Eddie's 60s project, he's going to do some work on that tomorrow. Weekend is here, and yeah, we'll get it going. So thanks for watching, and if anyone can fill me in on any details on those Hondas, that'd be really cool. And we really like them, but we just don't have a ton of experience working on them yet. Our experience has been in the Briggs & Stratton world. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you in the next one.